How you doing, Lancaster County? This is Gary Baker here from your Communications and Marketing Department. I'm your Communications Manager, and today I'm with Michael Worley from our Economic Development Department. We're here at Horton Machine here in Lancaster County, and this series here is called Behind the Business. And Michael, if you could just touch on what this series is going to be about.
Absolutely, and our promotion for our businesses in the county is really a focus on trying to help our businesses succeed and be able to put them out in the forefront of our community so the world can find out about who Lancaster County is and what we do. And our biggest thing is we want to do is help our existing companies here in the county not only promote themselves, but also focus on our employment, good wages, benefits, and opportunities for our folks here in the county, so that way they can grow and succeed and have a family here. So our major focus with doing this is just to be able to promote our local businesses, and there's no better way than to start off right now with Gary Horton Machine and just kind of focus on some of the aspects of what he does. So we love our companies, we love our businesses, we love our community, and as part of this is trying to put a spotlight on maybe some companies that you may or may not know, and one of them being starting with Horton Machine.
And we went inside earlier and spoke with Gary Horton. Here's our sit-down interview. You guys take a look. All right, Gary, thank you for meeting with me today and having this discussion. First question I have for you is, what inspired you to get into the manufacturing business?
Well, as a young man, I always liked to work with my hands, tear things apart, put them back together. And my father was a construction superintendent, and he inspired me by saying that you really don't want a job on the outside, letting the weather dictate what you do. You need an inside job. So when I was a senior, I toured the Midlands Tech campus in Columbia, and I toured the tool and die program. And because that's what you do, work with your hands, I decided to enroll. And I started in 1966, my apprenticeship there, and everything else is history with me.
How do you see the future of manufacturing evolving? If you could just take us back to back when you first started and to I think you said the 80s, when things kind of started to change a little bit, and to today.
When I started in 66 at Midlands Tech, we were using all naval and Army surplus lathes and mills that were left over from World War II. And during the 60s and up until the 80s, all the machines were made in America, all the big machines. And then in the 80s, everything transferred to Japan, took over. And it went to the computer numeric control, where the computer was running the machine rather than you were just punching numbers into the machine. The computer was running it. So at that time, everything changed. The technology changed. They went from you having to manually type out a tape to where you could just put little programs in it and it would do whole operations. They were very smart machines. It just took a backflip as far as the intelligence of the machines. And so it changed how the whole industry changed.
Are they more difficult? Like you would have someone that needs a little bit more further education in order to operate them? Are they because I know you said user-friendly, but how user-friendly are they? Or is it more difficult now than it was then, or is it easier?
Well, it is probably for the younger generation, it would be easier because they grew up on a computer savvy, but there's still so much training involved with the machines as far as what's in the machines, the cutting speeds and feeds. The tech schools or our apprenticeship program is just a necessity for a young man to get in this field. Machines require a lot of math, and so yes, it is a demanding field. But there's some people that they just fall right in and catch on, and some people they never do. It's just whoever was cut out to do this work.
Yeah. What kind of things are you looking for, and what kind of culture has been established?
Well, when you work with people now, it's a different era from back when we came up. Everybody was looking for a job, but now people are more selective of what they do. There's more opportunities out there for what they do. So as a company, you have to be more open to what you offer as far as pay, benefits. You have to deal with each person individually and make it attractive. Our business is so attractive to the people because we don't run production. We run one-piece, two-piece prototype pieces. and lets the people think. They're not just sitting there loading parts and unloading parts. They're working through the whole process. They see a job from start to finish of a certain part. And when we started years ago with our employees, we started rewarding them with different things. You have to do different things. It can't be all work. You're serious when you're here, but you have to have a reason, and then you have to reward them, especially on the safety end of it. You can have the best machines, you can spend all the money on everything, but if you don't have the employees that can run the machines, you don't stand a chance. You got to have it's a two-way street.
What advice would you give to other businesses in regards to connections within the county that can help elevate their business?
You need a plan. You just can't go out and say, I'm gonna start a business. You have to have a business, and then you have to partner. And whether it's retail or industrial, like we do, you've got to make sure you partner with your customers. You got to partner with them. You got to make them feel like they're important. You got to help them. I've always said, no matter on which side it is, it's a two-way street. You have to offer something for them. They have to offer something to you to blend together. It's got to be a two-way street. So you have to partner with your customers first, and that's the first thing you have to do after the business plan. And then you got to you've got to find a good banker. And that banker, or whether it's whichever bank you deal with, he's got to give you advice, and you got to listen to his advice. When you get ready to buy something, you got to run it by him to see, basically, can you really afford this? Is this in the business plan? Can you handle this? And then when you partner with economic development, they can help you many ways, whether it's connecting with other businesses like you, people that can offer you free advice across the table. It's all in partnering with people. You can't do it on your own. You have to listen, business plan, partner with a banker, partner with economic development to be successful. You have to be that way to be successful.
What advice would you give to other businesses that are aspiring to start a business in Lancaster?
Well, the example I was using, if I was going to advise somebody that was going to go into the same business as I have, basically, you can't expect your returns to happen overnight. You've got to go in with a drive to understand you're in a long-range game. It's not today and I'm going to be rich tomorrow. You have to be in it for the long run. And you got to take every day, and you can't pretend you're successful that day. You can't forget where you came from. And everybody should understand this. You learn something every day. You never stop learning. It's like building blocks. Your business is like a building block. One day you build on that, and you build on the next, because you can get to a certain point and you might lose a customer, a very important customer. So you got to be prepared to move on to another customer. You just can't throw in the towel and say, I give up. You got to be very persistent. You got to be a driven person. That's what I would say.
Gary, I appreciate you sitting with me today and having this conversation. And thank you so much.
All right, we appreciate you going with us down here.
Are you a local business owner interested in showcasing your story? Email Michael Worley or reach out to the Lancaster County Communications and Marketing team for more details. Don't miss the chance to highlight your business and connect with your community.